Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Shannon here with my girl, Jen.
What's up?
Jen?
How you doing?
Good. How are you? How's everybody else out there doing today?
Leave the comments, people. We're talking Audacity. Can you have the audacity to leave a comment? I mean, let's start small.
Yes. Tell us who you are and where you're tuning in from.
We want to know. Shannon, where are you?
I'm in my office in Darien, Connecticut today.
Hey, I'm in Manhattan.
Woo! The big city.
That's right.
How dare you have the audacity to be in Manhattan today?
I know.
I'm going to say audacity way too many times today. I just know that's going to happen.
So for anyone who's not needing to be responsible now, if you're into drinking games, that could be fun. Every time we say the word audacity, take a shot.
Take a shot of espresso or coffee.
Or coffee. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. So we're here to tell you about a night that's happening in June 18th to be specific. It's called Drop the Mic Night. The theme is Audacity, and there's going to be 10 speakers taking the stage to share 5 minutes at a time a story about Audacity. And this theme can kind of be taken in a lot of different directions, and applications are open now. We will be sharing the link for how you get to, there you go, how you get to it to apply. What do we want to start with? Do we want to share our stories of Audacity?
Yeah, I think that's great. Is everybody has a story of audacity in their lives, whether they realize it or not. So I think it's great for us to tee it up on why audacity and where our audacity stories lie and live.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go first?
Sure.
All right. So when in your life, Shannon, and I know since I have a little behind the scenes that she's almost never not audacious. So let's give them the rundown of your audacity in life and career and just who you are as a person.
Yeah, my poor husband lives with my audacity.
Lucky him.
So really, I feel like for me, and we were talking a little bit before, and you had a really great way of putting it, that I have the audacity to bet on myself. And I have done that time and time and time again, whether that's in my career or my personal life, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And so a few stories that came up for me were, I think the first time I was really audacious, which I didn't share this story with you, is when I decided to pack up and leave Florida and move to Connecticut, where I knew a total of 2 people who were going to be living 45 minutes away from me. So that took some audacity, right? And then another time was, y'all, I was climbing that corporate ladder. I was making 6 figures. I was doing really well for myself, but I was super unhappy. I think I knew I was an entrepreneur at heart, even before I knew really and understood what it meant to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
And so an opportunity came up, it presented itself, and I said, you know what? I'm going to quit my job. I'm not going to have another job lined up.
No, why would you do that? We do it for the plot.
Not going to have another job lined up. And oh, by the way, I just got engaged. So when I went home and told Matt, hey, honey, I want to quit my job, it was like, but he knew me and he knew I'd make something of it, right? Here we are, 11 years later, still an entrepreneur, still making it.
And right? Still married.
Still married, still happy. And I will tell you, one of the funniest things that happened, I was working at a hospital at the time, and I went into the CEO's office and I told him, you know, I'm giving my notice and I'm leaving. And he goes, oh, really? Where are you going? And I said, nowhere. And he's like, you don't have another job lined up? I'm like, no, I'm going to go write a book. And then I'm going to start my own business. And he was like, wait, so you don't have something else lined up? No. And he was so baffled. When I left his office and was walking down the hall to go back to my office and down the
Mhm.
elevator, he comes out and I hear him say to his executive assistant, "Did Shannon tell you what she's going to do? She's quitting to write a book." Like, the audacity of
The
it all.
audacity, right. How dare she? What is she doing?
And by the way, that book now has a second edition and has been read in 10 countries around the world. Woo, woo.
There we go.
So there you go. So how dare I have the audacity to do that? And then I
Yep.
just kept betting on myself with all kinds of things. It was from starting my own company to signing a lease on an office when I had no idea how I was going to pay the rent, but I was going to make it happen,
Mhm.
and applying for a TEDx. I didn't really have a lot of non-professional outside of the workplace speaking experience at that
Mhm.
time. I had a ton in the workplace speaking experience and doing trainings and stuff, but outside of that, no. Heard about a TEDx that came up. It was on a theme that I had no business talking about, right? Because it had nothing to do with my business or what I did for a living, but it
Mhm.
spoke on something I was very passionate about, which was community.
Yep.
So I applied. It was the first TEDx I ever applied for. I got in. I was the first one to speak, and I crushed it. And then I took that experience and I've used that to help other people become effective speakers and be a speaker coach and teaching speaking and training and get them ready for TEDx's. So there's a clear pattern of me just betting on myself over and over and over and having the audacity to do things that most people are like, "Are you out of your mind?" I mean, when I quit
Mhm.
my job, my parents were like, "Are you okay? Do we need to fly up there? Do we need to take your temperature? Like, are
Do
you
you
healthy?"
need an intervention?
I go, "What is going on with you right now?"
Mhm.
Right? So there's that. And then in my personal life, I have been diagnosed with a pain condition called CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome,
Mm.
which is very painful. And there's certain things that you do that make it worse, stress being one of them, and flares
Mhm.
it up. And a lot of people say, "Well, I can't believe you're out there working and you're doing exercise and you're doing this and going to concerts." And it's like, what are my choices? My choice is to lay back and feel sorry for myself and give in to the pain,
Yep.
or to enjoy life to the best of my ability. That doesn't mean I don't have bad days and I don't have rough times and I don't have pain, but it just means that I want to live life to the best of my ability, and that's my
Mhm.
choice. And I have the audacity to make that choice to invest in myself and invest in my happiness. So
Yeah.
there it goes. I've talked about me enough. How about you, Jen?
This is an audacious broad we have here, people. I mean, just across the board. And I think the common thread in all of that is there's the societal expectation and norm, and then there's the audacity to do it differently, right? And
Mhm.
to say, I hear you. I know that's how it's usually done. And now I'm going to do it my way. And that's where I connect fully with this word, with this theme. And, I think oftentimes we don't necessarily know in the moment, oh, I'm being audacious. Oh, I have the audacity to do this. In fact, you feel the fear in that moment. You have a lot of doubts. Oftentimes my ego starts to attack me and say, "You're well, if it's wrong, it's all on you because everyone's telling you to do it this way, but you're purposely doing it another way." And I experienced that when I became an entrepreneur and like the online world was very kind of new and just bubbling up around like 2010. And I kept taking all of these courses that had, 12 steps to whatever, 3 steps to success. And I was doing all the steps and it wasn't working. And there was definitely moments where I was like, okay, so I'm broken, right? I keep doing all of the steps that is supposed to guarantee my success and it's not working. So instead of saying, oh, the formula isn't for me, at first I was like, there's something innately wrong with me, until I started to say, okay, well, what if I gave myself permission? What if I had the audacity to trust my intuition and build it differently? Do my business differently, show up in the way that feels good for me. And then it started working, right? And then I started calling in the types of clients and people who also felt that way, right? Who also were like, yeah, am I insane? Why is everything that's being taught to me feel inauthentic and misaligned with who I actually am? And I think that when we give ourselves permission to have the audacity to follow our intuition, to show up authentically, it does that, right? It like keys into the other people who are seeking the same thing, whether consciously or not. But before that moment, before you have other people co-signing, like, yep, this is right, you feel insane. You feel like a crazy person. You feel like, I don't know if this is right or wrong. All you have is that inner knowing to trust. And I think that that is why Audacity is so activating, right? Because you're really just out here on a ledge, like you were saying, betting on yourself. And
Yeah.
when I came into the comedy world, I have no shortage of experience on the stage. I have a major in dance. That's what brought me to New York. I've been on stage since, I don't know, like as early as you could get on stage. I was on stage, making stages in my basement with stuffed animals there to watch. And
I used to make my parents and their friends watch.
of course. Are you kidding? Anytime my parents had a party, I was like, great, I'll be ready at 7. Like I was constantly ready to perform. So when I decided to come into the comedy world, it wasn't necessarily having the audacity to get on stage because I was used to that. But again, looking at how people normally build a comedy career, having to rise through the ranks and, earn your stripes and all of that. In one way, I respect the craft enough to know that there's a purpose for open mics, for the repetition, for going through that stuff. But also, I knew how to produce shows. I had a following enough to fill a room. So in the same kind of timeline, I'm doing these very beginner open mic type things while producing my own shows. And I never really fit into, they have in the comedy world, they have like graduating classes where like you usually go through different trainings with certain people and you kind of have your class that you're going through this stuff with. And I've just been out here on my own, right? Known by some people, not known by others. When people are like, wait, you've been doing comedy for 5 years now. Why have I not known about you? Because I have the audacity to do it my own way. And my ego likes to attack me about that all the time. So I also think that having the audacity is a muscle that you build, that you have to continue to engage with. It's not just, I'm audacious and then that's who I am forever. You have to keep making those choices, as you had in your experience of like, this is who I am as a person. This is how I sit with the types of things that you live with within your body, but then it spills over into how you live in your business. But you have to keep making that choice.
Yeah.
Do you find that it's an easy choice for you to make at this point? Or do you still kind of have the doubts and the struggles?
It's always hard. We all have this little inner voice that's chattering at us, right? Like you were saying. And first of all, the fact that when you were talking about your audacity and how you do things your way, I couldn't help but have, I did it my way. And I can't sing, so I'm not going to kill your ears. But like, that is just what kept running through my head. And I feel like so many people can, I'll get to your question, I promise. So many people can identify with what you were just talking about, of all these courses, 3 tips to do this, use our formula for that. And they spend so much money and time and investment in these different courses and things. And it's not that they're bad. We learn something from all of them. They're great courses. The thing is, you have to pick and choose what works for you and do it your way. Do it in a way that feels authentic to who you are. And I would say what you were just sharing with us, Jen, is that you had the audacity to be authentically you and do what felt right for you, do what made sense for you and in your life, whether that's your comedy journey or being an entrepreneur, whatever it may be in your life. And you have other stories that you can tell. We would be here all day
Yes. Yes.
hearing some of those stories about self-discovery.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I find that it's not a one and done, right? You're not audacious and then you're audacious forever. It's a chore. You have to get up and you have to make a cognitive decision to be audacious each and every day. And does it get easier? Over time, I'd say it gets a little easier, right?
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
getting more comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because
Yeah.
listen, that audacity is very uncomfortable. It's pushing you past your comfort zone.
Yep.
It's having you make choices that are scary. It's having
Yep.
you do things that most people are like, what? You did what?
Right.
Are you
Right.
out of your mind? Are you
Right.
crazy? Right? Those are those are the questions that I'm sure we all get, right? So being audacious is not an easy thing. It's not something that you do it a few times and all of a sudden it's just second nature. It's a muscle you have to keep working out and keep flexing. The more you do it, the easier it will get for you over time, but it never becomes just like, boom, I'm audacious, right?
Right.
So, um, um, hi, Marcia. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you here.
Marcia,
Yes, we
we
need
just had lots of stories. So catch the replay to hear all of Shannon's audacious stories.
and Jen's.
Yes, and mine.
So,
Okay, so if you're watching this and you're like, all right, bet I'm ready. I'm ready. I am audacious. I am of the audacity, right? To make a choice that maybe is outside of my comfort zone, maybe is a little bit comfortable for you if you've been on stage before. But if you are audacious enough to be one of the 10 speakers that takes the stage, Shannon, let's tell them how they do that. Starting with applying.
yes, I wanted to ask folks to drop in the chat. Again, let us know who you are, where you're from, how you're tuning in to us today, right? And then if you have been audacious in your life, drop that in. We want to hear your stories of audacity. And that's what Drop the Mic Night is all about. It's giving you 5 minutes in that spotlight to talk about audacity in any way that you see fit. So I'm going to share my screen here. And we're going to talk a little bit about Drop the Mic Night and what it is. So Drop the Mic Night is really for aspiring speakers. You can be a business owner, you can be a professional, someone that's trying to build a speaking career, get out there more often. Maybe you're nervous, maybe you have some anxiety around speaking, maybe you're comfortable on stage, you just need to get on stage more often. This night is for you. It's to give you a safe space to come into, practice your craft, hone it, get better, and get in front of a live studio audience, a live audience here at Haven Co-working Space in Darien, Connecticut. And we're going to have 10 speakers joining us on stage. Oops, sorry about that. 10 speakers joining us on stage. And there is an application process. You can apply right here on the website. We'll drop that link for everybody so that you can come back and learn more about this. And really what we're doing is we have a program that we talked about the past couple of weeks, Jen and I, the Practical Storytelling Program. And if you are enrolled in that program, you automatically get entrance into Drop the Mic Night. So you'll get 3 months of storytelling coaching from Jen and I. And then you get to carry that straight into Drop the Mic Night and have a presence on stage. And here's the other really cool thing that I'm going to drop for you. And then I'm going to hand it to Jen to tell you a little bit more about the event as well, is we have a professional videographer and production or video producer coming in to video the entire event. And if you are one of the 10 people that gets selected to share your story of audacity on that evening, you will get a speaker video. Yes, you will get your 5-minute speaker video free of charge. There's no speaker application fee. There's no fee for your video. I mean, as two people who do a lot of speaking and have been doing this for a long time and getting on stages speaking, That is so rare to be able to get really high quality video made of you speaking for your speaker reel,
Yeah.
and it makes all the difference, right, Jen?
It's almost like we have the audacity to do this differently. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes absolutely all the difference. If you are an aspiring speaker and you're pitching yourself to be on different stages, the number one thing they look for is, okay, let me see you on stage, right? This is not a conceptual career. Are you
Mhm.
a speaker? Great. Let me see you speaking. And it is so difficult, number one, to get good quality video, right? You're going to be mic'd. It's going to be great sound. We're going to set you up with a really beautiful backdrop. You're going to have a live audience. You know, the applause is going to be there. The energy is going to be there. Oftentimes speakers have to produce their own events to basically like get a video of them, and that's thousands of dollars to hire the videographer, rent the space, invite all your friends to come and like fill the audience. It's a huge undertaking. So that alone is a reason to apply for this. But not only do you have the chance to get on stage, look at that mic. Do you see that gold mic coming in? That's because we have judges who will be giving feedback. And this is, again, a space for you to learn and grow. This isn't like, okay, so now we're going to tell you all the ways that you screwed up and you should have done this and that. No, no. Our judges, I'm obsessed with this mic, are here to support you in growing your speaking career and to give feedback in a way that's going to be really helpful to you. So Terry Trespicio, the first judge listed here, is one of my good friends and incredible speaker. She's been speaking for over a decade. She's a published author of a book called Unfollow Your Passion. And her TEDx currently is sitting at a little bit over 8 million views. So the woman knows how to engage an audience, right? She knows how to curate a talk in a way that leaves an audience thinking and leaves the speaker feeling engaged and excited about what it is they're sharing. So you want her feedback. That getting these judges feedback, like, there's every aspect of this, Shannon. I keep being like, this alone is why you should do it. So like everything we have in place is another reason why you should apply and have the audacity to share a 5-minute story.
Absolutely. And that was the whole premise for creating this event, right? People want to get on the TEDx stage. Maybe they want to do the moth. Maybe they are part of Toastmasters or want to do those Toastmaster competitions.
Yep.
Think about kind of little pieces of all that rolled into one, but specifically geared towards aspiring speakers.
Yep.
We're not looking for those really seasoned folks that are out there. There's plenty of stages for them. This stage is for you, the one that really wants to start getting on more stages. Maybe you've been on a few, maybe you've been on none. This is a friendly place for that, and wanted to provide a really valuable experience for you. And these judges are part of that. Everything is very carefully created around this event. And Bridget has had so many accomplishments thus far in life. And she's gone from everything from being a book publisher to working with authors to get their messages out and get their books to best-selling status. Now she runs Visibility on Purpose and helps entrepreneurs and business owners to get their brand out there. And she and her partner, Lydia, they work to get their clients in things like Forbes and Entrepreneur and on big time television shows. And I mean, you name it. She has the experience with being in front of audiences, not only herself, but coaching her clients on how to get in front of those audiences. So that is really fantastic. Her feedback is going to be really amazing because she comes at it from that PR, getting you ready for the bigger stages kind of perspective. And she has both the being on the stage and getting people on the stage side of it. And then Eddie has walked the path that so many of us want to walk, which is going through career transitions and changes, coming from being ex-military to being able to share his story. And just knowing when I met Eddie, gosh, it had to be like 10 years ago, he was aspiring to be a speaker. And now this is what he does for a living. he goes around and uses his message and his story
Mm-hmm.
to inspire others. And he's made a career out of speaking. And it didn't start from being this professional speaker somewhere or even a career in speaking. It
Right.
started from a passion and a fire in him that he knew that he wanted to help others and inspire others and give others a chance at life the way he had always wanted for himself. So he goes out and he spreads that beautiful message to others and to children. So, I mean, we've got a great variety of judges that can give you feedback from all different angles as part
Yep.
of this event.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
love the fact that we have someone who works in PR, because something that we will be talking a lot about in the practical storytelling program, which, by the way, there's only one spot left. So if you're interested in that, send us a message and we'll let you know where to sign up for that. But knowing how to talk in sound bites, like knowing how to curate which stories can I fit into a 30-second slot on TV or 2 minutes. Like if you're getting national coverage, the thing is you're probably not getting the 60 minutes special. You know what I mean? Like you're getting 60 seconds to be memorable while someone's eating breakfast. Like,
Yeah.
how do you cut through? How do you get someone to go from watching you on their screen to clicking through to buying your book or whatever it is you're selling? There is an art form to that. And it's never too early to start to learn some of that. So if you're an aspiring speaker and you're saying, well, this is a lot going on, it's easier to learn all of these steps as you're building versus building it all out and thinking you know everything and then having to reverse engineer and being like, oh, wait a minute, I have to look at it from this angle and this angle. We're teaching you all of the different angles from the beginning. Oh,
Yeah.
and we have prizes, Shannon, in case there's not enough going on here.
Well, here, let's start with the trophies. I will hold them up
Yes.
and you can talk about them.
Yes. All right, first prize. First prize gets a golden mic, and there will be a plaque on this trophy as well with the date and the event. Yes, and just think of the selfies. Okay, think of the selfies alone, the content that you could get from this, and like the way that it could sit on your desk and be in like every live that you do from here on out. Right. And you can be that person with the gold mic, and people are always like, what, where's that mic from? And you're like, well, actually, it's from this time I had the Audacity. So first place, you get this mic. And we also have another trophy that's going out to the audience favorite. And this is my favorite. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. When Shannon sent me the link to this, I was like, immediately, yes. Immediately, yes. Everyone's actually going to be wanting to win the audience favorite trophy.
It's so darn cute. It's a trophy holding a trophy.
I know it's a
This is a pretty audacious little trophy.
It is. It's a trophy holding a trophy. I feel like he needs a name. It's giving guy to me. It's feeling like a he him to me.
It is. It
I'm
is.
curious about his name. It hasn't revealed
Help
itself
us,
to me yet. Are you?
help us name him. Maybe we have the folks out there drop it in the chat. Give
Yeah.
us some name ideas for our little guy here. We're going to call him a
Yes.
little guy. Our
Yes. Right
little
now, it's little
audience
guy.
favorite trophy. What should we name him? What is he? I can't figure out how to hold my
There you go. I know it's backwards.
so backwards. We can't figure out what to name him. Help us name the audience
Little
favorite
guy.
trophy. Little guy.
All right, so we have 2 trophies going out to first place and then audience favorite. But here are the prizes that go with this. So first place, you get that gold mic, and what do they get, Shannon?
Well, Mary Carangelo, who is a personal stylist, is offering 4-hour personal styling session. And this includes all kinds of goodness. It can be, she'll personalize it to you. So
Mhm.
after you win and you're ready to take on the world and go on Oprah, right?
Yep. Yep. That is usually the first step. Mhm.
Yep. So you gotta you gotta build that confidence with the way you look and the way you step on stage. So Mary's gonna work with you to help adapt your personal style for the stage and boosting your confidence. And there will be a style consult. She's going to give you all kinds of goodies that she's developed. She may do a wardrobe edit, a closet edit, personal shopping. So she'll work with you to figure out the best way to use those hours for you. And that is going to be, that's a prize valued at $1,500. So thank you, Mary, for offering that up and being a supporter and sponsor of this evening for these up and coming aspiring speakers. Why don't you tell them about second prize, Jen?
Okay, second prize comes from the judge that we talked about already, Terry Trespicio. She runs something called The Studio, and she has this way of helping people write from a place of real authenticity. She drops you into a meditation to begin, and then I don't even know how this witchery works, but she unlocks your subconscious and you start writing from a place that actually surprises you. And you get 1 month inside of this online community where it's not only Terry that does these writing prompts. She has several other teachers that throughout the month, you can go into this collaborative writing session. And if you're coming off of this night, right, and you've got like a really great idea and you're like, ooh, but I'm ready for more. I'm ready to take this 5 minutes and build it into 10, into 20, into 45 minutes. This would be an incredible place for you to go and really start to develop more of not only your content, but your authentic voice, right? Who are you when you're not trying to be what you think people want?
How dare you have the audacity?
How dare you? I heard this advice once about the stories that you write. You want to write the stories that you would have to invite somebody into your closet to share, right? So think about not just inviting them into your home, not just inviting them into your kitchen. What story would you share if you had to bring someone all the way into a closet and you're like whispering this? Like, I can't imagine if the world knew this about me. What if you had the audacity to start writing like that? So you not only get access to 1 month of being in the studio, you also get a copy of Terry's book, Unfollow Your Passion. So that's going to set you up for a lot of creativity and success, a value of $250. Thank you, Terry.
Yes. And I want to just say a quick hello to Mark. Hey, Mark, thanks for joining in the live broadcast here. Great to have you. And Marcia actually has a name that I'm feeling here for our little guy, for our little audience fave trophy, the Ham.
That's amazing.
Funny story. My nickname, or one of my nicknames as a child, was Ham Bone because I was such a ham. You were talking about making up dances and doing them. I did the same thing and I was such a ham. So I'm feeling that name. Thanks, Marcia.
I like that.
And then third prize, we've already talked up the importance of publicity and PR. And again, our friend Bridget, who is going to be one of the judges for the evening, her and her partner Lydia have given a complimentary PR brand audit to our third place winner. And so they'll do a one-on-one strategy call with you to review your brand's positioning and figure out how it relates to your PR and media strategy and really help to set you up for success there. And I can't speak highly enough about these ladies. I mean, Lydia just got herself featured in Entrepreneur Magazine, no small feat. And just go to their website and check out some of the places they have gotten their clients featured. It is amazing. Yep. So this this PR brand audit, this opportunity to sit down with two people who have expertise in this area
Yep.
and review your brand, review your goals, where you want to be, how you want to show up, and really help to get you there. This is so valuable. And this is going to be a really remarkable prize for our third place winner, valued at $199. So you really have some great prizes here for the evening.
Absolutely. I mean, if the ham isn't enough, we have all of those. And don't forget, you get the video of you speaking, which to me
Absolutely.
is like, so everybody walks away with a prize. Everybody walks away with the value of having the experience of being on stage and then having that recorded in a really professional way for you to use however you'd like. You know, have it live on your website, chop it up and share it on your socials. There's so much that you can do with that. And if you go through our practical storytelling 3-month experience, you would know exactly how to repurpose this content and how to use it so that you don't feel like you're recreating the wheel every time you sit down and be like, now what do I say online?
Yeah.
There's so many ways to take what is innately you and create your content from that space, which is what we're all about. And that's everything we've been saying with the theme of Audacity.
Yeah. And we really want you to think hard about this theme and how it shows up in your life and the story that you want to tell others. And Jen, I love the way you put it with pulling someone into a closet and whispering in their ears. And that's something that most people are uncomfortable doing, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, and this is what I'm teaching my clients all the time when we're preparing their content and getting ready for whatever talk or presentation they're doing, people connect with people. And it's that human condition. It's our failures. It's our struggles. It's our wins. It's our bloopers. It's everything that has come through our unique experience, our unique story as a human, and not being afraid to open the robe, let people see what's inside.
Hey.
Maybe make sure there's a little something under that robe. But hey yo, but really it is. It's like bearing your soul to others, and that's what allows your stories to really, really land with people and really connect with people on a personal basis. Because let's be real, there's tons of content out there. There's lots of thought leadership and expertise out there. But at the end of the day, people want to connect with people and stories that resonate with them. And we do business with people who share stories that resonate with us. So we're going to push you on this theme of Audacity. And we're looking for people who are really ready to open up and be audacious in the way they share their stories on this night. Yep.
All right. Boom. There you go. Mic dropped. We will leave you with that today. The link is in the description of this video, wherever you are watching it. Apply. When do applications close?
Applications close on April 26th.
Okay.
So we're basically giving you through the end of the month to get your applications in. And then we're giving ourselves a week to review them all so that by the first week in May, we can let you know if you've been accepted or not. And then for those that have been accepted, another little bonus that we have not shared yet, Jen and I are going to do a 30-minute sesh with each person that gets accepted to help you be prepared for that night. So you can test out your content with us, get some feedback. We can help you get through some little things that are maybe sticking for you or difficult, and really help to set you up for success, because that's what this night's all about at the end of the day.
Woo!
That was a lot.
This is a lot. This is a really amazing event, and I'm excited to be a part of it with you, Shannon, and to meet all of the speakers that are going to take this stage. So click that link, apply, especially if you're sitting there thinking, I'm not ready. Yeah, you need to apply.
Yep.
The only way to get ready is to do it.
Yep. And I also, as we're signing off here, want to give a quick shout out and thank you to all of our sponsors, Haven Co-working Community, who's graciously hosting this event for us. Rustic Roots Creative, who is doing the video for the evening, and then Mary Carangelo, who is providing the first place prize package, Terry Trespicio, who is providing our second place prize package and is one of our judges, as well as Visibility on Purpose. That's Bridget and Lydia, and Bridget will also be one of our judges.
That's it.
That's it. So apply, get out there, apply, get in early, get that application in, push yourself past your limits. And we look forward to seeing your applications and then seeing you on stage shining bright.
That's it. See you inside the application.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Bye.